run this. And welcome to VoxelCaverns. Single player. Well, I'd like to show you something. Ignore this one. This one's only got that on it. That one's got nothing at all. This is the one we want to focus with. And we've got two new items. And you've got these slots here. And they all say 1 underneath them. So if you control left click these slots, the number beneath should go to 2. But that only works if you've got at least 2, the item. Watch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It won't let me past 8. And right click just does the opposite. Down to 0, minimum. So you're wondering what that is? It says 1. So let's see. Well, if we put some logs in, we have 4. But if we move this up to 1, 2, even, we get that. We split the tack, move it down to 1, and we get that. If we put this in, that counts as 2 because we've got 2 of them in. But if we set it to 0, it starts as craft. So basically, that just tells you how many of the item you're using each time for the crafting recipe. If this is 2, it'll be using 2 each time. There's no crafting recipe that takes 2 logs as input. But there is one that takes 1 log for input, which is just planks. Let's start with the basics. Left click, crafts 1. I haven't added shift yet. Right click, crafts as many as possible. 96. It's not the goobish Minecraft way where you shift left click and it crafts all. Shift left click in this will just craft 4 and put it in your inventory. It'd be shift right click to craft all. Wait a minute, press pause. Hey! I pressed the pause button. Oh, I'm back. I think I'm back. Yeah, I'm definitely back. Oh, Ben. Don't know why it does that. Probably lightweight Java game library. Anyway, I'm back. Yeah, we can craft all by right clicking. We can craft 1 by left clicking. You can see you wouldn't let me craft. And you can change the amount. I've got a ton of planks now. Change it all the way up to... There's no really fast way of doing this, which is the problem. But I don't think they're going to be going that high anyway. Probably will be a fast way. Yeah, there's bird noises as well. Yeah, it goes up to 99. I might make it go up to 100, but I can't be bothered. Because most stuff doesn't go up to 100. But it's possible to do 100. Like that. 100. 99 and 1. 100. And these don't count because there's nothing in them. So I'll ignore the one on 99. I'll show you some other crafting recipes. I believe there's one for stone. Of course there's not one for 99. There's one for 1. Which creates background 99. So you put the background back in. And you got the stone back. I believe the same should apply to dirt. Yeah, it creates a stone background. It's a bit confusing, actually. What? Yeah, and that creates stone again. Don't ask me what happened, it just didn't work. That's probably about... And one more crafting recipe. 2 with that. Makes sticks. My inventory's practically full. Oh yeah, this is a tab thing up here. So it works in tabs, and that health thing is just a test for the second tab. And this is also going to be set to 2. And it's going to get bigger, like different crafting tables. I can easily set it to 2, by the way. Just in case you didn't think I could. Just by doing this. Go to VoxelCaverns, SLC. Yeah, and there's no warning sign next to it at all, because I installed Java 6. And it removed good warnings. So being GUI component crafting screen. And it's simply all you've got to do is this. Press run. And even put some code to make it look nice with this and one. Well, decently nice. It appears like that, and it still pops up there. Now I probably want to clear the inventory or reset the inventory so I can do some tutorials on this. So what you would do if you were testing this is you would go to app data, roaming, make sure it's still going. You would go to VoxelCaverns, saves, test, and delete this player file here. Don't delete the world. This just contains all the chunks. Every single one is stored in one file. There's every 16 times 16 area of blocks. And they're all 2 kilobytes big. I was thinking of writing a new one that would be faster to save and load. And it would only save it would only save the foreground if there was at least one block in the foreground. It would only save the background if it was at least one block in the background. It would only save the middle if there was at least one block in the middle. Also make space for 16 booleans, but I'll do that later. So you can see that's the 00 chunk. And I'll show you what happens. Well, if you delete them, they get regenerated. VoxelCaverns H for chunk. VCCH. Or VCH for short. That's the file extension I chose. And yeah, and just playing this would... I'll set this up to 8 again. 9. Well, it says max 8, I know, but I want to know what happens with 9. Oh, okay. Can I put stuff in order 9? Yep, I can, but it just... Okay, maybe you can go higher. It just bugs out a bit. 35. This is probably an extreme test of that. Okay, so you can go higher. That's what happens. Where's it gone? Put it in any one of these. Can go in. Problem is though, it's also, you can see that the stuff itself appears there, which won't work unless you click on the top. So my advice is, if you're a modder, keep this to 8 maximum, not 35. 35 makes it look incredibly ugly. So I'll switch it back to 8. Now for the modding support. With the great new crafting system. See how far we are in. Now let's see the structure of a crafting recipe first. So we'll head to the data crafting. Adam, what are you doing? This is the craft. This is the thing.
I doubt many people watch it unless they are like, what's this? Oh, it's coding. Yes, let's do it.
Go away, Adam. So this is how you
Not
do
many
it.
people will watch it unless they're like that.
Okay, that doesn't work, so don't do that. Mod loader. And then what you do is you do add recipe. You get rid of that and you just say that. Just the structure of a crafting recipe. It requires item stack array input and item stack param vararg item stack output. So you're wondering why it just doesn't take a single item stack as output. Well, we can code in a single item stack. So basically, this is what happens. You can say item stack ID damage amount. You can say block.planks 0 and 2. And basically, this is the input required. This is all sorted, of course. So you can have more than one input. You're going to have practically up to 8 different stacks. You can have more, but it would only work if someone hacked that thing. So 8 different stacks of input. And up to 12 different stacks of output. And when wondering what I'm saying by 12 different stacks of output, let's make a new crafting recipe. Block dot air won't do anything. Block dot glass dot. This is just a stupid one. Let's say that it takes 2 glass and it can produce stick. It's the cool bit. You can copy this, or it can produce item dot. Okay, maybe the stick is the only item that I've added to the game so far. So I'm gonna have to make a block dot. You've got to use shift and index. ID would probably just make a block, and also makes 4 dirt. Block dot dirt dot block ID, of course, not just block dot dirt. So that's got 2 outputs and 1 input. And what we'll do is we'll export this mod. And we'll run VoxelCaverns. See if it doesn't give us an error message. I've never tested this bit before. There's no player file found. Creating new. And you go on the game. As a player, he resets himself to 0. And we can test our crafting recipe. So we input 2 glass. We'll put all of it in there. We'll put 99. We'll set it to 2. Yeah, and as you can see, it pops up on the right with sticks or dirt. And you can click on the dirt. As you can see, you can either choose dirt or sticks. You can't choose both. You can either choose dirt or sticks. And that time we chose dirt. We could do it again. Putting another stack in, setting it back to 2 with these sticks. And that's how you add recipes. I believe recipes are sorted when they're made, but I could be wrong. Not that, that's not a recipe. This is the class for the recipe. But yeah, you want to input. Yeah, this is a bug. You want to do arrays. I want to do arrays. This is I sort. First of all, oh yeah, it does it above. That's no bug. It says it there. Sorry, sorts it there. So that's not a bug. It doesn't need to sort the output. It just comes up. And then you do. Well, I can show you some other stuff I implemented into the game. In the menu itself. Multipad doesn't work, of course. This used to just close the game. Now it doesn't. Sound on, off, on. Here the click only plays when you switch it on. There's no music in the game. And of course if I turn sound off, you can't hear it click. There's no video options in the game. Press escape to go back. There's a little bit of controls. These do work. The problem is though, if you press 9 and then you click it, it does that. Num9. It's not quite the same as lightweight Java game codes because that would be key 9 or key W or key S. But I made a new one that wouldn't show like that. Naught. Problem is, if you go like 30 while you do it, just do that. It consumes all of them. It used to have to click it to go Q W E R T Y, but instead it just continues. You just go. Or you can go because it does. If you press S and then down, or you press down and then right, that's why it's D. Now, if I were to go back with left being J, as you can see, I can't go back anymore. No, I can't go back. All I can do is jump. Okay, it's gone horribly buggy. I can't go back. If I press J, I can go back. I can go back. Yeah, it doesn't normally go back. It's the low frame rate. Still kind of frame rate dependent for the better performance. The cave here. You can do that to insert the selection key. BC Boolean false no. That would turn all light off. You can see there are ores. It's another new feature of this patch. I believe there's still the bug where you can go down really fast. It only works if you go like go to 0 minus 500. Wait for it to load. Yeah, you can see the ores. Yeah, you can use this bug here. But you have to be correctly aligned, and you can just see all those ores around us. And there's caves. And you've got ores. All kinds of different ores generating. Go down, go to 0 minus 600. Wait for the chunks to load. Yeah, they do kind of get a bit more common as you go down. So by the time you're this far down, you're getting this much. It's practically the maximum you can go. You're getting a couple of rare ores, such as mithril and adamant, and quite a bit of gold, actually, it seems. I've only seen one mithril vein, that's mithril, and adamant is very hard to find. As you can see, it's kind of populating as we go down, but if we do go to... This is kind of far lands. Go to 0 minus 65,000. Minus 65,000, everything as it is commonest possible. Just wait for it to load. Yeah, you can see mithril, gold everywhere. That's because it all reaches its commonest possible amount, which is very common. Which probably means there's adamant everywhere as well. Can't see any though. Compare them all to this. That might be adamant. Could also be coal though. Sometimes very hard to see the difference. It's probably make it maybe have a different texture. Anyway, you can see, yeah, far land effect. If you do go to 0 minus 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. This is far lands by far. See, it even says 10E8. And that is what happens. As you can see, because it's not far lands on the X, the blocks are still like this. If you go to 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 minus, of course, minus 1 0 0 0 0 0 0, and press enter, it'll take you to a place where they're both just like that. See? Which actually looks a bit cool, if I may say so. You don't appear to be able to destroy the blocks though, but it does look pretty cool. Don't know where the player is. They just, the blocks, they look like complete metal sheets with just like paint on them. That's the far lands effect. If you go to halfway, They should be about quarter the size. Yep, you can see a bit more of them now. Then you can go 25,000,000 minus 25,000,000. Halfway again. Yeah, you can definitely see a bit more now. This effect is pretty cool. And then you can go to 12,000,000 minus 12,000,000. You can see the player now. The player's vastly oversized, and you can just begin to destroy the blocks and everything here, but the player will not fall. Probably because he's aligned to a different set of blocks over here somewhere. You can go to 5,000,000 minus 5,000,000. Halfway again, the players begin to look normal size, and the blocks are just only beginning to go out of shape. Of course, the player's still struggling with standing up. Go to 1,000,000 minus 1,000,000. Go to 1. Player's practically looking in shape again, and the blocks are just beginning to go out of shape, and the player's able to fall again. I go to 500 minus 500. 500,000 blocks down now. We should be looking perfect, basically. Well, nearly perfect. If you go to 10, no, 100. Minus 100. Perfect again. Well, maybe not, but more perfect. Still got the bug. And there's still all completely surrounding you. And of course you can go to 0 into the sky. Start falling in a second. So we're 22 minutes in. He's pretty far. Probably means we've got to stop.